looking, but oh well. This is how this is gonna go. I don't know why the laptop camera. I look really good on the TV though. I ain't gonna lie. I can get used to this. Anyway, hey guys, I'm like super excited about all this agoraphobia. Sitting from inside, watching the people live life from here from my window. It's beautiful. I love it. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I'm not suffering. I'm A-okay. Anywho, I got some really cool stuff. I know it looks a little bit dark. I'm just really lazy right now. But listen, guys. Excited. So the Topsy Impact is among us. Okay. God has blessed me. In the last 24 hours, a few things have had to get rid of a few things that weren't good for my health. And it's okay. I think as human beings, we go through these crazy ups and these downs, and I know I'm bipolar, so I have Erica, right? And then you have Mary Lou right now. So Erica comes out when, she is manic, when she is triggered, and when she is down. And it's usually when she is triggered by something or someone. So it just kind of bounces back to why it's safer. Unfortunately, a lot of people that are bipolar think it's just safer to be alone. Only because we fear the consequences of that dating scenario or the relationship. And I'm BP2, so it's not most likely what people think, which is like, oh, anger. And like, no, I don't really get angry. Like, as a matter of fact, you don't even see that side of me unless you're really, really close to me and we're arguing. So, and that's almost nobody. So that's usually maybe a boyfriend. And with my ex, I'll be honest with you, like my ex, that lives in Maryland, we didn't really argue and fight like that every single day. And when we did, it was bad. But we wasn't arguers. We wasn't, So if I'm a person that I'm finding myself arguing with you, eventually I am already aware that it's toxic. It, whether it's a friendship or boyfriend, a girlfriend, a sister, a brother, a mother, a father, a coworker, a boss. Listen, Linda, I don't got time for you because I don't want to go to prison today. And I am better than that. I am now. This graphic stuff here is bothering me. Anyway, so guys. Do you see the steps taken in 24 hours? And this was a gift. This was a blessing from my kids, Keziah, Precious. They blessed me with this. They're listening to the things that I actually need to get healthy, saying, knowing the bills are paid and knowing that the kids are good, the people I love are safe and happy, and that I am going to be able to utilize the tools that I need to be great and better than I was yesterday. It's going to be a huge, huge thing for me because I can't just be about the talk, right? I have to be able to be the example as well. So I'm about the talk. And I'm about the walk. So I can walk the talk and I talk the walk too. I don't play that. I'm not just a talker. I know a lot of talkers. You know what I mean? If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Some people get offended. Stop. It's not about you. Jesus Christ. It's not about you. Yeah. I'm so excited. It's really pretty. I get to put my schedule on here. And I decided yesterday, that, you see guys, anxiety disorder, your heart starts pumping. I decided yesterday that give me 1 second. I want to pause this really quickly. It's good. Okay. So I decided yesterday on my own, that I didn't have control of many of the negative situations that was going on. And, we can sit here and complain why this and why that and why this and why that. And then, or, right, we could just take responsibility for the things that we do, whether we're mentally sick or not. If we're able-bodied and we're able to, then that's what we should do, right? Give me 1 second. My daughter's coming. We should do, right? We should take responsibility and accountability for the things that we do. Whenever I'm in a relationship, that is one of the main things that I stress is being accountable for the things that you do, being accountable for the things that you say, being responsible for your own decisions, knowing that your thoughts are your own, right? Sometimes not everybody can choose happy, right? Especially if your happy comes and goes, and if you're bipolar and you don't really know what happy is. I know. Is it hypomanic? Is it happy? Yeah. When the BP2 people, happy means 2-3 weeks later. For me, a little bit faster than that. We're going down. We're down. So, anywho, it's important to take responsibility and accountability for the things that we do, for the way that we treat people, and to be open to the possibility that the way people perceive us is much more different than the way that we perceive ourselves, right? Because that's basically what perception is at the end of the day. Give me a second, my queen walked in. Let me see. Anyway, somewhere along the lines of, we are responsible for the things that we do. I know. I never expect someone to apologize over and over and over for the things that they've done. I can actually prove to you in most of my relationships, as a matter of fact, I am many times being heard stating, please don't apologize. You've already apologized once or twice. That's enough. At the end of the day, if you're not mentally capable of dealing with someone with bipolar disorder, when they warned you, you shouldn't have taken the bite, because you're not ready. You're not mentally capable, right? And you might be mentally messed up as well. And that goes with anybody, friends or anything. This is just, I guess I got to just speak about me, people dealing with me. Anybody that knows me can tell you, they're going to tell you amazing things about me. I mean, because they really are. My BP didn't act up until quarantine hit. We went on lockdown and things drastically changed. The isolation that was fun no longer was fun. And it was really doing things psychologically to my head that I just didn't understand. Whenever I don't get close to people. I don't like getting close to people. Because I don't like dealing with people. I don't like, people are just not at my mental capacity. Like, they don't think as broad as I do. They're not as open-minded as I am. They're very easily offended. They don't like feedback. They don't like honesty. So that isolates me so much, because it's almost like I feel like I'm retarded. Like, I don't know. It's just really, really difficult to have conversations. It's just a lot of factors that go into certain things. And so I'm never going to tell you who I am not. I'm always going to tell you who I am. And before you approach me, you were drawn to me. So you were drawn to me, and if I reached out to you, depending what the conversation was, it's how we went on from that moment, whether friends or full, whatever. But, if a friendship, people don't want to be friends, I don't bother you no more. If a guy doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't stress him no more. Like, bye. Like, bye. I'm probably settling, so bye. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not the girl to harass you and no. I'm not her. So I get mad, because some men just, that's what they want. That's what they need, It's really easy for relationships to be like, oh, she this and she, because I outwardly speak about my condition, so I'm not ashamed of it. But what happens is they utilize that in an abusive manner. They do, right? Because what happens is that's where the gaslighting starts kicking in, right? Unfortunately, when you have a mental health disorder, you're more vulnerable to being mentally and emotionally abused without even realizing it. Especially with narcissists, don't even realize half of them. They're narcissists to begin with. but their perception of people is important. And when people walk around not really caring about what other people generally really think, they act it. You know, you can only cover up with so much. Your patterns just start coming out. Someone who's really not right, like, when I mean not right, I mean like beyond BP. You know what I mean? Like, for sometimes when they're just a whole mental above me, there's different signs, like the show Psychopath, and there were signs, like just like that. You know, so you'll see signs. You'll see signs when someone's talking and they have a whole conversation that has nothing to do with what you just stated, or they have a whole conversation and they'll come back and ask you, what was that? Wait, what was it that I needed to do? And you're just like, but wait, we just had that conversation. We were just talking about that. So once or twice, but then when you're in a relationship and that's happening constantly, it's like dealing with little children. Right, that you got to repeat yourself over and over and over again. So nobody wants to deal with that. And so someone with BP disorder, that can be triggering. So the most simplistic things that a relationship, maybe that you guys have, the most simple things can be triggering to us. And depending if you have bipolar type 1, bipolar type 2, and there's so many other different types of things, it's how you're going to react to that. So with me, most likely, I plummet straight into a depression. And it's unfair to my children. So I try to avoid that and just try not to deal with people. So yes, I'm working on that, guys. It is not healthy, and I'm not promoting that. That's what I'm working on this year. I'm working on that. Because I am not afraid of work. I'm not afraid of attempting to always be transforming myself. And, you know, when people are around me or hang around me, they sound different. They talk different. They walk different, because I exude a sense of love and positivity that is just contagious. You know, it's contagious. It really, really just is. And that is the whole point, right? Is when people see me, they're like, but how? Like, you're so bubbly. But the reality is I am. But after quarantine, that bubbly, it's a little bit darker, not as bubbly. It's more like Bronx, to be honest with you. Bronx with a little bit of a smile, you know. I'm like, hey. You know, it's not the way it was before, where, hold on, my queen's calling me. I don't know where I was at. Darn it. Peaches and cream. I mean, do you know where I was at, babe?
No.
Let me think. I'm thinking. Something about perception. Oh yeah. There you go. You know, I have that effect on people. But yeah, after quarantine, it was just like that RBF face, like that resting face. Gotta kick that, you know. So, right. I started to just notice that it's very difficult for us as human beings to sometimes not take feedback as a positive. And I know I'm obnoxious with it. I'm always taking negative feedback and making it into positive. Am I saying I have this huge self model that I have, and feedback is the best criticism? Like, you know, whatever. But it's true, you know, and it's really sad when people take feedback or the most simplest, most minute criticism, whichever word you want to use it, that makes it better for you. And they just go off the edge. They can't handle it. It's amazing how you can see people when they turn from you constantly praising them to, hey, this is not acceptable. Like, you know, this is just not acceptable. This is, you know, first 2-3 times that we're having this conversation. And if you don't like being treated like children, imagine me talking to you like one, you know? So at the end of the day, we have to be responsible for the things that we do. And if we do dumb things, then we do dumb things. Just forgive yourself. So yesterday I decided that I was going to take control of my situation, because everything else was out of control. As you guys know, because y'all saw my video, Jesus Christ. And I took my vapes I was in the kitchen and I was with my daughter Press, and I was like, Precious, take the vape. She took it. She was like, what? And I was like, she took it. She separated it. She got rid of the other thing. She trashed it. She smashed it. And then I gave her another one. She was like, where do you get all these vapes? And I still had another one. And I had found it just sitting a few hours later on the sofa. And I could have puffed it. I could have taken a vape. But again, holding myself responsible when no one else is looking, which is most important, because lying to yourself is the biggest it's the biggest sadness and the biggest denial you can ever have. So I made sure that I threw it away. I put it in something, I forgot what it was. It was a hole. I stuffed it in there. I put the other thing over it and got rid of the thing all the way on the outside, and the trash went out today. I didn't buy cigarettes. And I've been craving like a psychopath. I haven't chewed it, but I have it here. It's just that my mind is at a completely different place. And I just don't want to smoke anymore. I want to take control of that. When everything else seems to be falling apart, I have to be able to find a positive behind it, right? And the most exciting thing on top of that, so I got the board. We got the board, right? And then I got rid of the vapes, right? I got rid of something very negative that I really cared about. Think that had great attributes, but internally they're dark and nasty, and it's very triggering. And one of the most dangerous things is when someone has a public persona that's very different from your private persona. And I, even though I was alone for a while, tend to attract that. But the empath in me is just the me and me. So this time I decided that a lot more healing, thanks to my daughter, needs to be done. This little queen right here, you probably can't see her in the camera, but that one right there, these girls of mine are tough cookies. I raised them tough. And now that I need the tough love, they are the best friends that I no longer have. And they're the ones I've always had. The ones that came from within me. When they tell me like it is, and they be like, okay? Give me 1 second. I'll be back. Another thing my daughter's helping me do, she's going to help me completely work out. If you guys have IG, follow her at precious_fitness. What is it, baby? What is it, babe? What's your IG? Press.marie_fitness. And you can follow her journey into a healthy lifestyle. And she's going to make me... You give me 6 months, boo-boo. Coming back. I'm so excited. Anyway, so the point to this video really was to show you that I did small little accolades, just small little triumphs today, right? It's not the long ones. It's not always those big ones. It's the efforts that we make on a daily basis consistently without failure, right? Attempting to keep our word. And if things get too much and it's overwhelming, it's okay. Just speak up and say, it is too much. So before I break apart, please lift something off my shoulders, right? So we can lift things up. We can help each other out. But don't be that person that just says, no, I got it. And just takes, only to come around and then throw things in your face to say, they're only one human being and they can only handle but so much. And even with what you're handling, guys, you need to make sure, men and women, that you guys are setting up your priorities. Right. So set up your priorities, because if you can only handle a certain amount of things, you need to make sure that you're prioritizing the right things. Right. And if you have plans, then, you got to prioritize the right way. And that really is every person to each his own, every family to each his own, every couple does it differently. So everything is just different for everyone. And whatever works for you, works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But please don't be that butthead, that idiot, that dumb idiot to bully somebody because they don't agree with the way things are going. or that's not what they signed up for, or that wasn't what they agreed on, or it doesn't make them feel comfortable, or if they have a condition, it might be making them worse. So it might have a direct impact on that person's actual health. So for someone to question someone that might not be physically, mentally able to deal with a relationship, knowing what that diagnosis might be, for that person to feel like if that individual is giving up, when the reality is you can't be more selfish and narcissistic than that. Because that individual can actually kill themselves if they have specific mental disorders. They can actually be driving and get hurt. There's so many things that can happen because of one person's selfish acts. And the sad thing is that when you stand back and look, they might not really care whether you live or die. So if you have children the way I do, you have to care. And you have to say, what did I do that this individual thought that they can take advantage of me, mistreat me, bully me, fibber, lie to me, exaggerate on something, omit something? What was it that we as individuals did that those people saw us as perfect victims? Maybe we talked too much. Maybe we said our side of the story too much. Maybe we allowed them in too fast, too soon, too quick. I was alone almost a year. Yeah, almost a year when I found my last relationship now. And I thought that was more than enough time. And I was very healthy. Mentally, I was becoming in a really good space. No hospitalizations. In this relationship, what people don't really realize, I've been in and out the hospital over 7-10 times. So clearly in 6 months, there's an imbalance. There's one factor, and the only factor is that I was in a relationship. And there was many good times, but it's great times when you don't bring up the ugly and you don't mess with the beast. But, if you fall for me, whether friendship or any type of relationship with me, you fall for me because of my ability to dig deeper than the regular person's next to you. Because I'm able to speak about things that not anybody around you brings out in you. So I bring out a part of you that you are dying to just let go, and you just keep suppressing that. It just comes to me natural. So you just got to be careful that you heal from all of your things. And I think that what this has taught me was that while I thought I was healed from so many things, so long as I think that my bipolar disorder, the triggers, the consequences are not worth me opening myself to people, it's a kind of a red flag to say, okay, I need to get back into intensive therapy, not just the regular therapy that I'm on. Intensive therapy because I need to change that mindset. I deserve love. I deserve to be with someone that is compassionate and is understanding and educated, and it's just really a hands-on type of human being. And it's just immediate, just results the way I am, right? Hey, you guys don't have to be like that. That's okay. I'm not saying that your way is wrong. What I'm saying is the way I am, for it to fit, in order to make sense for it to fit. And for me, the best prescription to any mental illness is love, right? You got to refill that prescription, and you got to refill that sometimes on a daily basis, sometimes on a weekly basis. You have to refill that prescription. And when you try to refill that prescription, the doctor is not available to provide a prior authorization, that might not be the prescription that you want. That might not be the medication that you want to ingest, okay? The side effects are not good. They're not good. The side effects are not good. The side effects got blindness, heart attacks, strokes, aneurysms and shit. You might lose a limb and shit. Ooh, honey, the side effects is not good, okay? So I just wanted to come on here today and just let you guys know how excited that, even though it's been a little bit crazy, a little bit up and down, I decided to look at the positive of the last 24 hours. And even though God removed, He added back already tenfold, because what I got coming for you guys, woo-wee, I'm excited. I'm excited. I got faith. I got Tourette's disorder, so that was me ticking and stuttering there. Due to my Tourette's disorder, to all my Tourette's disorder warriors. So I'm just excited what I'm about to bring you, and really, really excited. So once I try whatever I'm going to try and see if I can flip an investment on days, then I'm going to bring this to you guys, because a great leader teaches the greatness that they have in their tools, right? And we teach it. When you're a great leader, you teach your skills to your students so they can be better than you. And that's my goal. My goal is to make sure that my kids turn 18 and they're successful and they're rich. They don't need anything else. They go to school because they want to go to school. And I have a lot of work to do. So this is where God put me. This is where God put me, and so I'm gonna take every advantage of the opportunity. Oh, let me get the baby really quickly. Let me show you guys. Oh, this is hypomania at its best. Okay, stop. How's your mama? It's okay. You miss mommy. It's okay. Roscoe, baby. Okay, baby. It's okay, baby. So I have. Okay, it's okay. So look, if you, I have one dog here, this dog here, and I have my big one somewhere. I'm afraid that Roscoe's gonna want to maybe eat and nibble on this one, and then there goes King. Nice, baby. So obviously, I'm a pet lover, and my children love me enough to want to see me sing. The girls came in calling him Beanie Man. Well, he was Toothless first. Then he went in a beanie hat. So then she said Beanie. I said Beanie Man because that was boy. Then my son was like, it's a girl. And I was like, oh. He was like Shadow. I was like Shadow Bean because I wanted to name him Shadow Bean. Nice. So hi, Roscoe. It's your debut. Well, not just. So guys, this is my guy. Roscoe, get down. Hold on, Roscoe, baby. So this is my little Shadow. She's like weeks old, half battle. And this is King, who has his own Instagram page. They both were like voted for like the best dog in the world. And y'all, mind you, I want to tell you the blessing of the cat, because it gets better. So I have a anaphylaxis reaction to cats. I had to get rid of a cat of mine 7 years ago when I ended up in the ICU with anaphylaxis. It was very, very bad. It was heartbreaking. And when Kazai walked in with this little thing here, I was excited, and then I started to burst down the tears. Remember, God, I was having a bad day yesterday. And I walked out the house. I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to stop breathing. And then I just needed the kitten so bad. Just a little, so cute. Look at you, cute. And I prayed on it. And I took allergy medication. And I took 2 since yesterday. None today. Guys, I haven't been in the hospital. I haven't felt like I couldn't breathe. Like, I feel like if God is like, blessing. I'm like, how many? That's Shanisa. That's Shansenesa, whatever. Shansea. You know what I mean. That song. Bless. That song. Love that song. So, puppy, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Thank you guys for being my audience, for listening to me, for being a part of my journey, for healing our success. Look at this guy. Look at this little guy right here. You can't. I'm surprised the king is not up here. Uh-oh. I think he's coming now. And I hear my big dog in the room crying. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Love you guys. Bye. Ow. Get up.